It's Wednesday, the 16th of October, 2024. Welcome to the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Sean Aylmer.
Good morning, Michael.
Sean, 5 big stories to get through in 5 minutes, so let's get cracking. Story number 1, the local share market hit a record high yesterday as confidence over stimulus in China, slowing inflation in Australia, and a soft landing for the US economy. Well, it all combined, didn't it, to encourage investors?
Yes, the S&P ASX 200 hit a record high yesterday. It made 8,331.7 points in early afternoon trading before finishing at a record close of 8,318 points. The benchmark is up 18% in the past 12 months, although about half of that occurred in November and December last year. You've given the reasons for the strength in the bourse, and yesterday's push to a new high was mostly about a strong lead-in from Wall Street. If we step back, though, the last 12 months has been a story of the technology stocks, the big banks, and the real estate companies. Investors love tech companies. 2 of the biggest on the local market, WiseTech Global and Pro Medicus, have more than doubled in value over the past 12 months. The banks have defied all predictions, including rises yesterday, with all big 4 having a cracking last 12 months, while the likelihood of lower interest rates has helped the real estate investment trusts, think Charter Hall, Goodman Group Centre and Stockland. And while the mining stocks have done well recently, over the past year they've been flat, the worst performers have been the energy companies.
Sean, you mentioned a few of the companies and a few of the sectors there. What about the best performing stocks over the last year?
That honour goes to Buy Now, Pay Later Group, Zipco, which is up 950% over the past 12 months. Intelligence software group Newey couldn't find a friend a couple of years ago after listing in late 2020, having management challenges, tumbling in value. It's up nearly 400% over the past 12 months. Worth as much as when it listed. Not quite, but almost. The other big performer over the past year is Clarity Pharmaceuticals, which uses radiation to target cancers for diagnostic and treatment purposes, up 570%. Those who haven't done so well, lithium producers, IDP Education, Nine Entertainment and Woodside Energy.
On to story number 2 now. Labor is looking to outlaw debit card surcharges in a crackdown on consumer fees ahead of the next federal election, Sean.
Federal Treasurer Jim Chalmers said consumers shouldn't be punished for using cards or digital payments, and small businesses shouldn't have to pay hefty fees just to get paid themselves. Shoppers pay about $1.5 billion annually on debit and credit card surcharges. The government isn't looking at banning surcharges on credit cards, just debit cards. The banks themselves broadly support the move. Now, this all comes as the Reserve Bank commences a review into retail payments regulation. It will look at the costs merchants face when accepting card payments and the framework for surcharging. Card payments are used extensively. They're convenient and secure, but there's a lot of attention on those right now.
Story number 3, Sean, the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, spent yesterday defending his decision to buy a $4.3 million holiday home on the central coast of New South Wales amid a housing crisis for many Australians.
It appears the Prime Minister bought the 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3-carport property in Copacabana in September. Yesterday he was unapologetic about it, though he added he understood people were struggling. In a press conference in Queensland, he said, and I quote, "Of course, I am much better off as Prime Minister. I earn a good income. I understand that. I also know what it's like to struggle. My mum lived in one public housing that she was born in for all her 65 years. Couldn't give 2 hoots about it. Good on he and Jodie Hayden buying a home. But it isn't a good look, especially when Opposition Leader Peter Dutton is making inroads on Mr Albanese being out of touch."
Indeed, just months out from a federal election. Sean, story number 4, Crown Melbourne, now owned by private equity group Blackstone, will pay the Victorian casino regulator $2 million after it allowed 242 self-excluded gamblers to place bets at its casino.
The breaches, which occurred between October last year and May this year, were detected through monitoring of the casino by the Victorian Gambling and Casino Control Commission. The Commission Chair, Fran Thorne, said the casino had broken its obligation to protect people at risk of gambling harm, and the breaches related to system and control failures rather than a deliberate disregard of regulation. Crown was asked to engage an independent expert to assess the effectiveness of its self-exclusion program. It reckons it's already taken some steps to strengthen its controls. Crown was only granted an unconditional licence to run its casinos 7 months ago.
Last one, story number 5. This is really quite incredible, Sean. Google has ordered 6 to 7 small modular nuclear reactors from Kairos Power becoming the first tech company to commission new nuclear power plants to provide low-carbon electricity for its energy-hungry data centres.
The tech company had placed an order for small modular nuclear reactors with a total capacity of 500 megawatts, helping Kairos, a 7-year-old startup, to bring its first commercial reactor online by 2030, more by about 2035, according to the FT. Google said it is a landmark agreement in its 15-year clean energy journey. Google's considering options for the power to be fed into the grid or directly connected to the data centres. Last month, Microsoft announced it would commit to buying 20 years' supply of electricity from the mothballed US nuclear power plant 3 Mile Island if its owner, Constellation Energy, restarted the site. Basically, tech companies are increasingly interested in nuclear as a medium-term solution to providing low-carbon electricity to power their data centres.
All right, that's it. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Michael.
It is Wednesday, the 16th of October, 2024. Remember to hit follow on the podcast. And if 5 minutes isn't enough, you can find our longer daily show called Fear and Greed, wherever you listen to podcasts, or at fearandgreed.com.au, which is also where you sign up for our free weekly newsletter, which comes out today. So get along quickly, sign up now, and you won't miss out. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.